Hello, excuse me. I'd like to buy some singles to build a Vadrock deck.
Sure thing. What were you thinking?
I need a way to get infinite mana.
Alright, how about something like Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, and Mana Rocks?
Okay. I'm thinking about adding an Underworld Breach combo.
Okay, so you want an Underworld Breach, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Brain Freeze to flip your whole deck into your graveyard, but how do you want to win?
Are there any cards that will stop me from losing the game this turn?
Well, you could play Angel's Grace.
How about ways to let me play all my cards at instant speed?
We could probably use an Emergence Zone for that. Is there a way I could turn all the cards in my graveyard into creatures?
Sounds like you need a Master of the Unseen, an Epitaph Golem to put a card from the graveyard into your library to be manifested. Can I mutate Vadrock on a manifested card?
Yup.
What happens if I bounce with something like Leadership Vacuum?
Vadrock and the manifested card goes into your command zone.
If I do this, I can get most of my library in the command zone, right?
Sure thing.
I guess you could theoretically use Claws of Gix to sacrifice everything to put them into the graveyard so you can continue Epitaph Goleming. What about cards that are in my exile zone, like the Imprinted Dramatic Reversal? You could play Copy Artifact on the Isochron Scepter, imprint Pull from Eternity to rip all the cards back into the graveyard, then activate the original Scepter to untap everything, respond to it by activating the other Isochron Scepter copy to put the Dramatic Reversal into the graveyard, then allow the untap to resolve, so then you can use a copy to pull from Eternity the imprinted copy. Does that make sense? Now that my deck is mostly in the command zone, how do I get rid of the last few permanents of Mastery of the Unseen, Epitaph Golem, Claws of Gix, and the Leadership Vacuum? Well, theoretically you could play Saheeli's Artistry to make token copies of the Golem and Claws of Gix so you can bounce the originals into the command zone, leaving in play token copies of Claws of Gix, Epitaph Golem, and Mastery of the Unseen. Then, you need to find a way to have your hand just be Leadership Vacuum and Narset Reversal. With your last bounce, cast Leadership Vacuum to put Vadrock in hand, and then cast Narset Reversal to put a copy of Leadership Vacuum on the stack and return Leadership Vacuum back to hand. In response to the copy of Leadership Vacuum, you then activate Mastery of the Unseen enough times so you can respond to it by sacrificing the Mastery of the Unseen to the Claws of Gix, then activating the copy of Epitaph Golem to manifest Mastery of the Unseen to itself. In this process, your Narset Reversal is going to resolve, go to the graveyard, get tucked, and then get manifested too, allowing you to mutate Vadrock onto the manifest. Then, you cast Leadership Vacuum to bounce these cards back into your command zone, with Vadrock's mutate ability allowing you to recast his Leadership Vacuum from the graveyard. Once these cards are all in the command zone, with the last copy of Leadership Vacuum still on the stack from the Narset Reversal, you then use the token copy of Epitaph Golem to tuck the Leadership Vacuum underneath, resolve the last floating activation of Master of the Unseen so you can manifest Vadrock one last time before the copy of Leadership Vacuum sucks both of them into the command zone. That sounds right to me. So let me get this straight. You want to make a commander deck that uses all those cards with the sole purpose to put them into command zone. Yup, it's gonna be my new cEDH deck.
Well, sounds right to me. What version of Vadrock would you like to get?